Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new here, please take a look around. I love the Pilates method and I have exercise tutorials and some workouts. And if you see anything or there's anything that you're looking for that you don't see, do leave me a comment and let me know because I do take requests. And if you're returning to my channel, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching and sharing your comments and just for being a subscriber. Thank you so much. And the same goes for you. If there's things that you would like to see that you don't currently, do let me know. Today I have a second video in my series about the relationships between exercises. Last week we did the round back shape, and today we're going to talk about the tall back shape. So this series of videos is going to look at a handful of exercises that all share either the same skill or the same back shape, and that are essentially really the same, the different versions of the same thing. So they can often be utilized to help students understand maybe a difficult exercise by relating it to one that is more accessible to them. And depending on what kind of contact you get to the apparatus and what kind of assistance, some of them can really be illuminating to some of our more complex exercises. So in our tall shape, today we're going to talk about the pumping exercise on the high chair. And I'll just insert a still photo so we'll all know what we're talking about. So I don't have to run around the studio doing exercises. Not that wouldn't be a bad idea either. Then we're going to talk about that's a seated exercise, the pumping sitting on the high chair. Then we're going to talk about the standing pumping, one leg at a time, also at the high chair. The footwork done on the reformer. Side kick series, lying on the mat, lying on our sides. The standing version of chest expansion, which is done at the Cadillac or sometimes on the tower units. And then also the long stretch in the long stretch series on the reformer, which is a tall shape, but now you're in a plank position in a different relationship to gravity. Okay, so in all of these, the trunk of the body is the part we're looking at. And in today's topic, we have a tall shape. And a tall shape, this is a really nice word to use for the ever elongating shape of our lift and our sitting really tall. And it's basically a lengthening of the back of us. And I'm reluctant to use the word straight or flat because we are, humans, but ever elongating using our muscles, the tall shape is a great way to think of this shape of your back. Okay, so, and we have some things, and one I didn't include actually, maybe I'll tack it on at the end. So the pumping on the high chair, we get the template of the back of the chair to give us that tall shape. So it's training us. So this is an exercise that you would do kind of as a starting Pilates student. I mean, we all do it, but these are really helpful exercises for someone who's beginning because they get the shape very, very clear behind them and they know what they lack in that shape and what they need to work on. Likewise, in the footwork, lying down, you get the full support of all of your back. However, lying down sends a different message to the body than sitting up or standing. So sometimes the lying down, feeling the shape of the mat behind you, sometimes that's not as clear. I mean, you may feel things not touching the mat, but sometimes lying down, it's hard to figure out what to do about that. And vertically, sometimes that's more accessible. So we have the seated pumping on the high chair, and then we have a standing one leg pumping. So now you're standing, you don't have anything behind you, but you're doing pretty much the same action as you were doing sitting. And then our footwork lying down. And then our side kick series, when again, you don't have any feedback of the shape behind you, but based on your memory of some previous mat exercises and all your other tall shapes around the studio, you learn how to lie on your side and not be kind of slumpy and be a tall shape, an elongated shape lying down. Okay, so the chest expansion standing, that's going to be a little bit of the same shape as the standing pumping with one leg. However, now you get to stand on both feet, which are really secure and solid on the floor, and use your upper body instead of one leg at a time using your lower body. And then we come to my personal nemesis, which is the long stretch on the reformer. Because now, lifting up away from gravity, you have to find the tall shape with your stomach facing down and just supported by your hands and your feet. So I find that tall shape, and of course it moves. Right, of course. So I find that tall shape, I put that at the end because I kind of feel like that's the most challenging. I don't know, maybe just for me. But if you find that challenging, give me a shout out below. And the one I didn't include was anything that you do with your back against the armchair. The armchair, I'll insert a photo. So that again gives you, just like the high chair, a place that is a template for what the back should be like. And the armchair is generally used for, people that are a little bit like this, that you want to kind of iron them out against that chair. And the back is like super tall. The electric chair, the high chair back is not as tall, so you may only, depending on who they are, they may only get this part against the chair, and then there isn't anything up here, but the armchair gets it all the way there. So all of those exercises are giving you that tall shape as well. So now I'm going to talk about the exercises and how they can help, kind of give you a scenario in which I might use one to help someone with one of the other ones. So I would say, and there's many more of these exercises. So some of you may be thinking, well, what about the leg springs lying down the Cadillac? Yes, that is totally a same shape, same page that we're on. And different people kind of find different exercises that speak to them. So let's collect a bunch of other exercises that speak to you that also fall into this tall shape category. Let's put them in the comments below so we can have them all together and we can discuss why we think some are more helpful than others, and we can have really a nerdy discussion. So the ones where you get the shape imprinted on you, the high chair, the armchair, the mat on the reformer, lying down, the one leg circle on the reformer, the one leg circle on the mat. There's lots of them where you are touching the mat, especially in the fundamental exercises. You spend a lot of time with the mat behind you. And then you spend a lot of time with sitting up against the high chair or the armchair. So that then later, when you're standing with nothing behind you, you have a memory of what that shape is like. When you're lying on the mat in the side kick series and your leg is moving around, you have an idea of what the tall shape being solid and stable should be like. Chest expansion also, nothing behind you, but you've learned what that tall shape is. And then we're going to do the long stretch. That's why the long stretch, not a foundational exercise. So I hope you find this helpful. Please let me know if you have further questions, or if I'm talking about it in a confusing manner or like going too quickly. Please give me some feedback on that, because I want to make sure that I'm not just, it's not just like a haze of names of exercises that goes by. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm nearly at 3,000 subscribers, and thank you so much. I could not do this without you guys. I love talking with you guys, and I will speak with you later. Keep up the good Pilates work, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!